Hey, I'm Andre AXR, songwriter, producer, and member of Adam's private mentorship, the Billboard 500 Club. You're here on the Music Industry Contact YouTube channel, where we do in-depth breakdowns of hit songs. In today's video, I'm going to be analyzing BTS Boy in Love. If you didn't already know, we cannot monetize these videos here, so our Patreon golden ear community means the world to us. Over on our Patreon, we have more exclusive content only found there, including early access to videos and polls, and you can help us select the next song to break down. If you've been supporting our channel over on Patreon, I want to say thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, click the link in the description to pledge and to join us there. Without any further ado, let's get to BTS Boy in Love. Here we go.
되고파 너의 오빠 너의 사랑이 난 너무 고파 되고파 너의 오빠 널 갖고 말 거야 두고 봐 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 흔드는 건데
That's dope. All right, cool. Let's go off to the top of that. Bring it back a little bit right here. Let's check it out. So right off the top, they don't have like a big intro, big old sweet thing. They go boom right into it, the hip hop beat. And this is really cool here to have the closed captions to see what the lyrics are, since I do not speak Korean myself. But the energy's off the top. Just all right, cool. Right now, like if 10 is like the highest energy, then right here it's already off at a 5 or 6. It's like, okay, cool. We're bumping, we're getting you into it. Obviously, next thing they do, they take it up with the guitars, with like the rock feel. Which I say it takes it up to at least a 6 from there. What do you think? What's pretty fly too is that you hear the transitions going in, you coming in as just as that section's ending, going into the next part where the guitars come in. You even hear like the drum fills, like all the drum fills leading into the next section. That's really key when you're creating a song. You want the listener to be able to know what part of the song they're in. So when that part comes in, then if that's coming back in, then you're gonna know, okay, we're in that intro verse section going on, right? And so those drum fills and transitional sounds definitely come in to like help like bring the energy into the next spot, right? Even when sometimes it's like an anti-drop where it's like coming in and then it I forget the term, but basically it flips your expectation. You thought it was gonna be hype, but then it becomes low key. Right now is they bring it up and the energy's coming in. Then of course this new rap verse coming in definitely kicks up the energy. And of course, with all the different voices, you always sound super full. It sounds great. So if you're paying attention and you have the golden ear dictionary, then you already hear like the powers of threes that they're using in the melodies, in the guitar licks, even in some of the rhythms of the drums. You definitely see power of 3, right? When you hear something that's repeated at least 3 times within 4 measures or so, right? And then you can have that even within 3 times within a measure, or even with different rhymes or cadences. You can definitely create those hooks in your songs like that. Very cool. And they are building up the tension with those different, as each section, it feels a little distinct, right? So the first section just had the drums and the singing, boom, 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 boom. And then next one has the guitar, dun, 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 dun. And then this next section, the third part here, notice they still got rap, they still got that going on, but then they're switching it up. So now, even if you muted the vocals, you have so much energy in the production that it's going to keep you captivated. So again, power of three within the different melodies there. And then also building was really cool in the production where they take everything out and just leave you with the words and then dun, 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 oh. And I guarantee you that sample, that oh, might have been them just saying it like oh, and then they just pitched it down a little bit, but then they affected it, made it nice and thick. And then they just dropped it in the right spot. So then all of a sudden your mind's like, oh snap, I didn't see that coming, which keeps the listener engaged with it. Cool. Shout out to the Kuna Matata line in there too, like you know, all my Lion King fans. All right, cool. In that pre-chorus there, you felt how like they started building the tension. You felt it rising into the higher registers with not only with what the instrumentation was doing, right, by bringing it up in the octaves, right. What also you felt doing is that it started taking out the lower end, which makes it a really good pre-chorus, right? So as we're gonna come in, make it more impactful. If we take out all the low end, whether it be the bass and the kick drums and all that, it almost feels like you have like what they call like a high pass filter, and a high pass filter is like only the higher frequencies will pass through, right? High pass, just like it's low pass, only the lower sounds will go through in that. And they definitely do that. They build up really good with the tension and release right here going into this drop. Let me back it up a little. Super fly. So in that chorus section there, it's like it almost feels like a early 2000s like rock song, but then they have these hip hop drums going on, right? Definitely gives you a lot of a lot of sonic information, right? And then when it goes into this next section, they bring it back a little bit and they go kind of into like into the bouncing. It kind of reminds me of the intro section too, don't it? Except it has a little more guitars. So notice what they got going on. Every section, just before they're going to go in, they usually have like some drums going in, and they have them panning left to right. So they're always constantly bringing this energy to let you know we're about to go into the next part, right? And now they brought in the similar section that was, I believe, second section from the beginning. And except now they got little like here, like a little guitar licks in there, things to just kind of keep the energy going, so it doesn't feel copy paste from the original part, from the similar section from before. I mean, right there in that section, if they didn't do power of three times, you know, to the power of three, like how, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Right, first time I do it with all the effects, boom, boom, no effects. Again, wait, I was expecting that. Then goes into some other section, and then at the very end of that section, right there, it goes boom, 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 boom into the next part. That's why it's so sticky. That's why like hooks are meant to like get you in there, right? The listeners, and from the production to the delivery, the performance of the vocals so far, top notch. All right, homeboy is a little aggressive with her, but if she's into you, it's not creepy, it's hot, so good for him. Again, in that pre-chorus, you feel them, they pull off the low end, like a lot of the kicks, drums and all that, and you feel like the high pass again, right? Leading into like, all right, here we go, and then as a listener, even though there's a little bit of like, I don't know what's gonna happen, I kind of do. That's what keeps you interested. If it was everything, it was like, I don't know, I have absolutely no idea what's happening next. Like there's nothing at all to clue you in where to follow, then you just get confused and you might turn it off, right? But I think one of the things I noticed from K-pop especially is that they're really good of not only subverting your expectation, which is the word I was looking for before, but also like then adding something else or bringing back something familiar but like dressed differently, right? Like we're gonna give you this piece here, but like the instrumentation might be a little different in the back. Always ways of keeping it fresh. All right, let's keep it going. This is so fly here. This bridge, I always love when they do the K-pop bridges where all of a sudden we're taking to another world right here. So all of a sudden he's going into his Bruno Mars romantic R&B vibes here. This is fly, and the video is really cool too so far. All right, let's talk about that for 1 second. Because the song's hype. They do a wait for it moment. That's when you're expecting the hook to drop right here, because all the other times the hook, the chorus, right, is dropped right after they said that line, and then now they wait for it. They make you wait like 2 bars or so, and then it goes, and they keep pulling it, and it has this like little weird effect to it, and so now you're like, and here we go. A major producer that you might hear us reference on this channel would be Max Martin. Max Martin is the producer for songs with The Weeknd. I mean, probably Katy Perry, definitely Taylor Swift, Justin Timberlake, a lot of major artists. And that's one of the things we talk about a lot is like, oh, he'll do the wait for it moment. Like just before the last chorus, the last big payoff, we're gonna make you wait just a second longer, just 2 seconds longer. And then they come in with the full chorus. And now we talked about starting at a 5. Here we're at a 10. This is the most information. This is the biggest gonna get. And with only 20 seconds left or so of it, then like this is gonna be like, this is the big payoff you've been waiting for, right? Let's go back to that spot. Very fly. All right, cool. Wow, that was pretty cool. All right, before I give you my final thoughts on the song, I want to say thank you for checking out my breakdown of BTS Boy in Love. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more. Okay, so I was really impressed with the way that they were creating tension and release just within the production. Then when on top of that, the vocals, they had all those powers of 3s that really kept you engaged. The wait for it at the moment was super fly. They used the guitars in all these different ways. So like during some of the bigger choruses, you just had like the riffing. And other sections, they kept it very sparse, right? Where it was just kind of like like these little spots that definitely kept the guitar fresh, mixed in with the hip hop drums and whatnot. Wasn't really surprised by anything. This is 8 years ago from today. This song was released, I believe. And so from that perspective, like now a lot of K-pop songs that go even more wilder directions, I think it was pretty tame. So maybe I was a little surprised by that. But then again, it's 8 years ago K-pop as opposed to right now where all of a sudden it's a flip next time from a lot of the songs I've seen. What I wasn't feeling, There wasn't anything that I wasn't feeling. Now that I'm looking at it, everything felt pretty good. It kept the energy up. There was lots of tension and release. The power of three really kept me hooked into the song. I DJ a lot, so I'm always looking for like what are songs that keep you hooked in. And if there was a party where they wanted BTS, they wanted some K-pop, I could see that this song would keep people who are into that engaged. As far as what I wish for the song, I think it would have been fly if they would use some more electronic elements. You know, it felt pretty rock, like I said earlier, like early 2000s rock elements, like especially with the guitars mixed in with like hip hop from the past 10 years or so. So I've been cool to have more electronic elements. I thought that would really match well with what they're doing. So if you're a musician looking to network, seeking high quality collaborations, real-time music industry insights, and more, I'd love to invite you to apply for the Billboard 500 Club. If you're looking to find a community of talented people to create hit songs or mentorship on how to navigate the music industry successfully, then I highly recommend heading over to the billboard500.com and applying for the private club. We have over 70 mentors who are some of the most successful people in the music industry, teaching up and comers just like yourself. So don't wait too long. There is limited capacity. Once again, my name is Andre AXR, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.
It's all about power.